worst part about daylight savings is the sun going down at literally 5 p.m. I feel like my day is over. I feel like I need to be getting ready for bed. I have to go to work today. So anyway, today I'm starting off a new vlog. Me and Chloe are gonna be buddy reading the Vampire Diaries. The first book is called The Awakening. Read some earlier today, like, you know, like 12 a.m. but I didn't want to read too much because I knew if I read too much I was gonna finish it, and I kind of want this vlog to be like reading the Vampire Diaries so you don't have to. And I've only read two or three chapters, and there's already so many differences. One being they live somewhere called Fells Church instead of Mystic Falls, and two being that Elena is blonde, she is popular, everybody wants to be her, she has a great fashion sense, which if you watch the Vampire Diaries you know that Elena cannot dress to save her life, boy. And also all of those are said by her, by the way. She's annoying, she's very much like, in the show she's really nice, people pleasing, very caring. Like, I don't like Elena as a character, but in the book she's a lot worse, because at least in the TV show she seems like she thinks and she seems to like care for people, but in the book she flat out doesn't. Like, they have this third friend called Meredith, and she completely disregards Bonnie and Coraline completely. Her and Coraline have this weird rivalry where she wants to like be better at Coraline, and she has that rich girl flair, so she's automatically better at Coraline, but they like to have that little banter. And Bonnie is not black, which I already knew that going in. Bonnie is white and she has just red hair. And so there's already so many differences. There's also that whole crow plotline, because if you remember in the Vampire Diaries, the first episode they tried to do this thing with the little crow and they were trying to make it seem like it was Damon, and then they just completely cut it out of the series. Much like the actual Vampire Diaries part, like they stopped writing in them damn diaries like the first season, and then the diary ended up being like important. Like Stefan will always go back to his diary, somebody will always be trying to steal his diary to see like what was happening back then. But like in the show they stopped writing their diaries like after season 1. Like they was like, all right, we gonna cut this out. So there's already so many like changes and differences and things like that, and I already know so much about like the book and stuff just because like I know a bunch of fun facts. Like the creator of the book actually got kicked off of the show because Julie Plec kept taking Bonnie and Damon's scenes, because Bonnie and Damon were supposed to be together. So Julie Plec kept taking their scenes and giving it to Bonnie and Elena, and she completely just kicked the writer off. And the writer also wrote the books to my other favorite TV show that was canceled. It was on the CW, called The Secret Circle, which Phoebe Duncan also played in, and she played the mean girl, aka my favorite character. If you can find The Secret Circle, I highly recommend watching it. I don't know if I want to read it. Maybe if you guys want to see me read it, I'll read it, and like maybe I can get Chloe to read it too, especially because she's never seen the show. That will be so fun if people want to see that. Yeah, I gotta go get ready for work, but I'll probably read more tonight. I'm sweating. Listen, I'm sitting in my bed just chilling, listening to Kesha because I miss her. She has some bops, alright? And I'm reading the book. I'm on chapter 4 now. I made a deal with myself to only update the vlog like when I get in the middle or something, but there's this part that really just the book in general is a bit weird. The way that they talk, the things that they say, like there's a scene when they do a literal blood oath, and Elena is so attracted to Stefan because he's cute. Like, Stefan being attracted to Elena makes sense because she looks like Catherine. Like, that makes sense to me personally. Now, mind you, I'm not a big Stefan girl, but she wants him so bad. They do this blood oath, and they're like, I'll tell Elena everything I know about Stefan. And Elena's like, I won't stop until he's mine. Girl, you just learned his last name 2 minutes ago. What do you mean you won't stop until he's yours? You don't know. He could be a serial killer. In fact, he kind of is. Their vampires and serial killers are pretty damn close, if you ask me. So you don't know this man and you want to be with him. Why? Listen. I don't want to give Julie Plec any props because I believe the woman is racist. I have no proof to go off. I have no proof whatsoever, but I believe she is racist, okay? So I will not give her props, but I will say she changed so much, and the small things that she did change make so much sense. Like, Tyler's last name in this book is Tyler Smallwood. Who is that? Who's that? Who's that? Choices were made. Well, I don't know why I keep saying Julie Plec, because she is a creator, but she's not the only one who put in the work. So I don't know why I'm acting like somebody else in that place is a genius for the little things that they came up with. Because even like Jeremy doesn't exist. I love Jeremy. I can't lie. Jeremy and Bonnie getting together in season whatever was the highlight of my life. Okay, and obviously until he cheated on her. I literally remember watching the Vampire Diaries. I haven't been looking to the camera this whole time. I literally remember watching the Vampire Diaries in high school. I came home on a Thursday night at like 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. Came home, used to do my little homework, you know, and then I would get on the CW and I would watch the Vampire Diaries, and then I seen Bonnie and Jeremy, and I said, ooh. I used to think Jeremy was so fine. And so I shipped them personally. I know a lot of people didn't. And I actually stopped shipping them. They're not something that I'm like, oh my gosh, I wish they would have. Well, yeah, they are. But when I got to like season 8, I'm not like Jeremy and Bonnie kiss. I don't even know if he was in season 8. But you know, you get what I'm trying to say. It's like, I'm not really like pushing for them together. I personally love Bonnie and Damon, or Bonnie and Kai. You know what? Put Bonnie with the whole damn cast. Why did Coraline get to be with everyone? Did I say Coraline? I meant Caroline. I'm always thinking about the movie Coraline. Always. Why did Caroline get with every single guy? Tyler, Matt, Damon, Stefan, Alaric, some other dudes in between that mix, Klaus. She got to get with all of them. And then tried to slut shame Elena in season 1, talking about some, yeah, you can't switch from one brother to another. Girl, not only did you go from one brother to another, but you went from one best friend to another. And again, with Damon and Alaric. Come on now. Come on now. Come on. Now, anyways, I'm getting off track here. So much has changed. Jeremy doesn't exist. And Aunt Jenna doesn't exist. She has an aunt, her name is Judith, and Aunt Judith has a daughter named Margaret. There's another character named Meredith in this book, and it confuses me. It really confuses me. But yeah, I really have to talk about that because it's perplexing. Like, I had to talk about it. Elena's getting on my nerves. Like, there's a scene where Bonnie, first of all, Bonnie's talking about like her family in Scotland and how like she has this aunt who like can predict when she's gonna die and get married, and she's like, yeah, I'm gonna die and be so young and beautiful. Isn't that romantic? I don't know what romantic means to you, but that's not what it means to me. And then Elena goes, that's disgusting. What's disgusting about death, honey? So it's like the way that their conversations between each other are just weird. Very weird. And Elena and Stefan haven't had a real conversation yet. Like, they've had conversations, but they haven't had a real conversation. And I'm wondering if the originals plot will be in this, because I'm not seeing it anywhere. And I don't think it is, because I think the originals was Julie Plec's idea, because like I stated earlier in the vlog, Julie Plec kicked off the original author of this book. So Julie Plec also wrote a book called The Originals, and I'm pretty sure it's just like a book to TV show adaptation kind of thing. And so I'm pretty sure that would be real illegal to write a book. I don't know how, I don't know legal terms in that, but I'm pretty sure somewhere in there it would be really illegal to write that. So I don't think the originals take part. So I'm like wondering, what's the plot line of this book then? Because I'm reading it on my phone. On my phone. Oh my gosh, I got the iPhone 12. I meant to show it in my last vlog. I finally got me a little black phone, because I love red. I have like 80 million favorite colors, right? Red is one of them, and I do not want a red phone anymore. I wanted a rose gold. Ooh. I want a rose gold phone. I haven't had a rose gold phone since the iPhone 6. But I got me a little black one. I thought I just turned the page. Okay, now that time I did. But I'm 67 out of 305. So I'm going to try not to talk too much anymore because, well, I don't know. I don't mind. But I don't want to keep coming back every 2 chapters with y'all. This, and this. You know? But I also like comparing. And I just like talking about the differences. And I like reminiscing about the Vampire Diaries. I say as I'm not just gonna start from season 1 again. I still have not finished season 9. I know what happens at the end of season 9 anyway, so it really doesn't matter to me. But I'll get to like season 5, which is the bad season. I'll skip to season 6 for Kai, and then I'll watch season 6 for Kai, and then when he leaves, I'll be like, I want to start over from the beginning again. So I never made it to the last episode of the Vampire Diaries, but I've rewatched the Vampire Diaries a good 3 times this year, and I have yet to see the last episode. So there's that. My mom is laughing so hard, I have to stop every 3 minutes because I can't tell if she's actually laughing or crying. But anyways, listen. I wasn't going to update you guys until I finish this book, but once again, the book has been perplexing me. I don't know if I said that right, don't care. But I'm reading this book, and they said Bonnie's last name is something like something I can't pronounce, like McGullow, something, right? And then there's Vicky. And Vicky isn't Matt's sister in this, but her last name is Bennett. Vicky Bennett. Matt, not Matt. Like, the fact that they changed so much in this book, the Vampire Diaries in this book, the Vampire Diaries TV show and this book are 2 completely different things, bro. The plot line isn't even the same. The plot line is literally just the first episode, which I ain't gonna lie, the first episode is boring as hell. Like, if you're watching it for the first time, it's boring as fuck. But if you're rewatching it for the 80 millionth time for your comfort show because you're depressed as hell, then the first episode is immaculate. But it's just like, these are 2 different things. Like, in this, now, okay, a good reason as to why I rewatch the same shows over and over again, I literally rewatch The Mindy Project, The Vampire Diaries, The Carrie Diaries, The Secret Circle until they took it off Netflix, Awkward, Teen Wolf, Glee. Oh, I rewatch Glee way too much. I haven't rewatched the Stranger Things yet, but that's because it hasn't really ended. Or if shows that are currently coming out, I don't really rewatch those. I really just rewatch shows from like my teen because I'm already used to them. Oh, I rewatch Gravity Falls a lot. There's a whole list of shows I rewatch a lot, but I can't think of any more right now. But the reason why I rewatch shows so much is because I get plot lines mixed up. Like, I literally was watching The Vampire Diaries in October, and I can't tell you when Aunt Jenna dies. Like, I can't tell you she dies in season 1 or season 2. I'm literally always confused by the plot lines and when certain stuff in the plot lines happens. But that's why I rewatch shows so much, because I'm like, when did this happen? I literally will just finish the show and be like, wait, when did this happen? That's because shows be having like 38 seasons. There's a scene where Tyler Smallwood sexually assaults Elena, and I don't know what it is with early 2000s books. This book came out like 2007. I don't know what it is, but with books with making sexual assault not plot lines, but like very Wattpad, you know, like making that character sexually assault another character so that the hero can save her because she is Cinderella. And it's like, why do authors write that scene? Like, we need a deep dive into why authors used to write sexual assault scenes just for the main character to come and save the female character. Because I don't know. And I ain't gonna lie, my Tyler Lockwood is not like that. That's why his name is Tyler Smallwood. Because Tyler Lockwood would never. He would never. Tyler was a terrible guy, but he wasn't like that terrible. It also could be me I'm in love with Tyler. I'm a Tyler girl. He's not like my favorite guy in the TV show. Kai is. I'm not a Damon girl, not a Stefan girl. Don't really care for either of them. People like to be like, oh, Damon's worse, Stefan's worse. They're both actually pretty fucking terrible. Cole. Ooh, I wanted Cole and Bonnie to be together so bad. The Cole and Bonnie fanfics I was reading on AO3. The Jeremy and Bonnie fanfics I was reading on AO3. I had the best childhood watching the Vampire Diaries, bro. I had the best childhood. Anyway, so before I end off this clip, oh, there's also a scene where I'm liking Matt in this book. He's eating Elena up. I think it's because I don't like Elena in this book. Like, I don't like Elena in the show, but I can at least say she's a good person. She's selfish and everything's about her and people literally risk their lives for her, but she is a good person. She believes that things are for the greater good, and she believes in her right mind that she's doing the right thing, and that's good enough for me, honestly. The Elena in this book, It's terrible. Like, literally, Matt was like, you only want Stefan because you want what you can't have. You want what you don't have. And I'm like, that's so true, because she doesn't know anything about this man. Like, at all. Like, literally. She literally just wants him because he's there. And anyways, let me end off, before I end off this clip here, I'm going to leave you with 2 fun facts. So, fun fact number 1 is that Sandra is actually supposed to originally play Elena, but she turned the role down. Fact number 2 is that Julie Plec was going to kill off Bonnie, but Ian Somerhalder said that if you kill her off, then you're going to have to write me off the script too, because I'm going to leave. And listen, I'm going to need y'all to do your own research, but Katharine Graham, who played Bonnie Bennett, was the Elena of the cast, okay? Elena may have had all the characters, but Kat Graham had all the actors, okay? Do y'all research. That's all I gotta say. Y'all, I just ended this clip 2 minutes ago. I'm not even kidding. 2 minutes ago. I'm still on chapter 10. I just started chapter 10. She says, homegirl says in her diary, I want him to love me as much as I love him. Love? You don't even know that this man is like 135. You don't even know that he has a brother. You don't even know that this man is a vampire. What is wrong with you? What? Rich white girls. Rich blonde haired white girls. I can't. So I just finished The Awakening, finally. I think I'll be rating it 2 stars. I have never been so bored in my life. Literally. Elena, I will never complain about TVD, like TV show Elena, ever again. I'll give it a month. Because this Elena was so stuck up, entitled, bratty, bitchy, and not even like the fun kind. Y'all know I love me a mean girl. I love me a mean girl. And Elena was not that. Elena was not that. And the love between her and Stefan was so insta-lovey, like the scene where the Halloween scene. So we all know, well, my favorite TVD episode in season 1 is the Halloween scene. Just because I love me some Nina Dobrev, okay? I love me some Nina Dobrev. Her in that nurse costume, she was killing it, okay? So in this one, they had her wearing this Victorian costume, and she was talking about it's like Bonnie and Meredith, which Caroline wasn't really. She was in the book, but she wasn't. Like, she claims that they were besties, but okay. Anyways, so she's all like, oh my gosh, I hope Stefan likes it. Like, oh my gosh, I hope he loves it. I hope he likes it. And then it's Halloween, and he comes to pick her up, and he doesn't say anything because in his mind she looks just like Catherine. She doesn't know that, so I can't blame the girl. But she's like, oh no, you don't like it? Like, it's everything you do to please this man. Like, literally everything she does in this book is to please him. And it's actually alarming. And you know what? When I was watching The Vampire Diaries, I remember, well, I didn't start watching The Vampire Diaries from season 1. I started watching, like, season 2. Yeah, I started watching season 2 when Cole came along. Or was that season 3? Plot lines. I told you, I can never remember plot lines after I finished watching the show. So I started watching it with Cole when Cole came along. Cole is my boo. He's my favorite Michelson, okay? Everyone loves Klaus. Everyone loves Elijah. I love me an off-edge king, an unpredictable king. Don't follow the rules king, okay? Anyways, I'll sidetrack. So, what was my point? That's what I get for talking so much, bro. But anyways, so yeah, the book and the TV show are 2 completely different things. They are not one and the same. They are not the same at all. Like, I don't know. Oh, okay, my point was, okay, so I started watching The Vampire Diaries when Cole came on. So around season 2, season 3. And I also watched it for Jeremy and Bonnie because that was the first time I ever heard, like, a black girl getting a relationship in a TV show. Well, not the first time, but you know. And so I remember my friends were reading The Vampire Diaries, and I kid you not, all of my friends, well, I had like one friend who was reading it, and I kid you not, my friend who read it literally just randomly stopped reading it. And I never asked why, And I remember going to high school and making other friends who read, and they were like, yeah, I really didn't make it that far in the Vampire Diaries. And I never asked why, but now I realize why. Because you know, like, there are some people like me. I personally don't mind watching something first and then going to read the book. And there are a lot of other people who are like that. Like, so I feel like you read this book and you feel like it's going to be the same thing as the TV show or the movie. And then you watch it and they're two completely different things. Like, they were two completely different things. Like, I really don't, like, literally, if I gave this book to somebody who never watched the Vampire Diaries and made them watch the show, not told them the name or anything, I don't think they would have guessed that it was the same thing. They'd probably been like, oh, the names are similar, but I really don't think they would have been like, oh yeah, these are the same thing. Because they're two completely different things, bro. I just don't understand. This was not real. It wasn't bad. The dialogue was a bit off. Like, they didn't really seem like friends. Like, something about the dialogue just, I didn't connect with the character. Well, they're teenagers in high school. I don't connect with them. But, like, I don't feel like they were best friends. I feel like they were just elements in Elena's life. But that's also just how characters are in the TV show as well. But in the book, it was literally like these characters exist solely for, like, it literally, like, you know how there's a whole joke about being the main character? That's literally what Elena is. And I don't know if this makes sense because she is the main character, but if Elena was a real person, she would just be that kind of person who really thinks she's the main character and like all of her friends. I don't know if that even makes sense because she is literally like, this is literally a book we're talking about here, but hopefully somebody understands what Mayana means. You know, it's the Mayana talking. You know, I have my own way of thinking. Child, I don't be making sense to me sometimes, but in my little pea brain, with my 2 brain cells, it makes sense, okay? So she really thinks that she's she's the main character. Like, everything revolves around Miss Elena Gilbert, okay? So yeah, I hated the book. It has, this and the show are 2 completely different things. They have nothing to do with each other. Yikes. I don't have any fun facts to leave you off with because I can't think of any right now. But there were so many times I literally wanted to turn the camera on and start ranting, which is saying a lot because it was only 200 pages on my phone. So that means it was like really, really short. I mean, the book together, like, the book comes in 2. So it comes with the awakening and then the struggle, which I understand the struggle because your girl be going through. I be struggling sometimes. So I get the title of that. That together is 400 pages. So I think both books are separately 200 pages. And you know what's funny is Chloe was like, yeah, I think I'm gonna read the awakening and the struggle because that's the edition I have. And then like a few minutes later she was like, yeah, I'm just reading the awakening. And I think she realized how bad the book was, because I was like, yeah, I can do that, girl. Like, I can read both. I'm not doing that. I'm not. The lighting is so bad. I wish the lighting was better. I wish I hadn't worked. Why didn't I film from this angle that entire time? Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this vlog. I will not be reading the rest of the series, but if you want to see me read her other book, let me know. I really have fun doing this. I should do more of this. Like, I should do more of reading the books and TV shows I like I loved Gossip Girl. I love Pretty Little Liars to an extent. Like, Pretty Little Liars, like, I've watched every episode. I rewatched it pretty frequently, but it's not like my favorite show, even though I just said I've rewatched it. I've rewatched it a lot, but it's not like my favorite show. You know what I'm trying to say here? Like, I'm not like, oh my gosh, Pretty Little Liars, but that's because Pretty Little Liars started to get on my damn nerves at a certain point. So I was like, yeah, no. But I could do Pretty Little Liars, Gossip Girl, literally anything. If y'all want to see me do that, let me know, because I think that would be fun. Like, I had so much fun reacting to this book. I think I just had a ball. But anyways, thank you for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And if you watched all the way to the end, leave a blood drop emoji. And I'll see you guys in the next one.